HO Talk Show. Sir Charles, Miss Max Razor.
You're listening to In My Humble Opinion with Maxilia Robinson and Charles Lewis. Only on 101.3 Jams.
About to go live on this thing with Jace.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, you just talking about it. Yeah. I am HO Talk Show, live and in full effect. Miss Max, Sir Charles. Man, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And man, loving it, feeling the love, feeling the energy. Good people, been feeling it, all weekend because we doing big things out here in the community, Max. Loving seeing our people, getting out here celebrating culture, and to do so, we got to be healthy, Miss Max. We got to stick around to be able to do it. So having Dr. Rowe earlier, was definitely beneficial. I enjoyed that talk.
I do too. And one thing that's important, if you haven't already understood that from the previous conversation, is that enjoying life, living a full, fulfilled life involves good health. Not just all the money that you desire in your bank account, and not just the car you want to drive or the home that you want to live in, but it involves lifestyle choices. That's right. Healthcare. So
that's right. There's so much that make us who we are, and part of that too is our neighborhoods, our communities. So, like for the for the rest of the show too coming up, we have some powerhouse guests. We have like I said, we're going to be joined by James Bryant, Ziona Bryant, Ms. Vizina Howard of the 10th and Page Neighborhood Association. And this new campaign, Max, and good people that they have called Respect the Neighbor Seville, which came a lot out of the development of the dairy market, where it's looking like history repeating itself. What happened with Gospel Hill and Vinegar Hill, and people's properties not really being respected and not properly valued, and the culture, right? The people not being valued. It's not just about value of a home. And so we all know that the former Garrett Square was changed to Friendship Court, and now looks like once again there will be some sort of a rebranding or redevelopment, and the name will be Kendallwood. But we have a young man with us right now, Jace Wright, who was interviewed by our good friends over at Seville Tomorrow. And he definitely shares some thoughts about it. Jace, man, welcome.
What's up, man?
Yeah, what's happening? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man.
Good.
Just trying to live life.
Hey, I love it. That's what it's about, man. So so tell us a little bit about yourself, man, Jace, because I love reading that article and the comments that that you have. Tell us just about who you are as far as as far as it comes to you being a young man here in Seville. You're a local high school student, right?
I'm 17 years old, but Charlottesville High School. I'm going in my senior year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
About to start looking into colleges for real. Yeah,
good stuff. I want you to know, there's no one way. There's so many ways that you got to know your end goal, right? And there's so many paths to it, and the next man's way may not be your way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely rooting for you and in your corner. So I gotta ask you here too, with all this going on, in the community and sort of the history of your neighborhood there. What made you want to be vocal? What made you want to get involved with what was being said and what's going on?
I mean, I was tired of people calling my neighborhood the hood this, the hood and that, just repping stuff. And you got people beefing, shooting each other, man. It's not even worth it. Y'all just throwing y'all life away. Y'all drinking, smoking. Y'all not going to school. Y'all dogging y'all parents. Come on. I'm just tired of my hood just being, my neighborhood just being called the hood. Yeah, man, I just don't like it. I just grew up around bad kids and stuff. I don't like that violence or nothing. I was just a good kid. I watched movies and stuff, played the game and stuff. I had a good life. Everybody just threw their life away. It's just sad, man.
So if I could have you back up a little bit and tell the listening audience what your neighborhood means to you, what it represents to you.
I mean, it represents everything I want in the neighborhood. And a bunch of nice folks down there helping each other out. Just everything, man.
Yeah. So, and in the neighborhood, like what do you feel like is missing? Like what's needed to, like what's that divide? Because you just mentioned, like you got some of our teens that want, that choose to stay in, play video games, watch the movies, whatever the case is, like sort of stay out of trouble out the street. But then you have the other side who's not content with that for whatever reason, right? And it may not be personal choice, right? Like sometimes, like family dynamics, right, or like neighborhood dynamics, may make you make bad choices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so what do you feel like is needed?
I mean,
maybe
to
help
more tutoring, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like bring some people around to help these kids like stay out the way, because y'all gonna end up getting locked up or getting killed. Just throwing y'all life away, man. Yeah.
Now, when you say tutoring, you're talking about as far as like helping folks like get more engaged in
social activities. Yeah, like stop drinking and smoking and stuff. This gun violence ain't it, man.
Got you. Also more mentoring.
Yeah, more mentoring to get you back on track.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's good. No, we are joined by Jace Wright from Friendship Court, and so Jay. So as far as like the name, like what's your thoughts about the name, or are you able to tell us more about like the reason for the name change, or what you think about that?
Because we were tired of calling it Garrett and Friendship Court. We felt like when we said friendship, it don't really feel like the neighborhood just don't fit with the name Friendship Court. Like some people really feel divided and stuff. So we picked Kindlewood, trying to bring everybody back together and stuff, like a unity and community, man. Yeah, that's why we picked the name.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It was multiple names. They picked one called Central City. I was like,
you weren't feeling that.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that, because that's home to the Flash. Why are we gonna call a neighborhood that?
Yeah.
But some people have mixed feelings about Kindlewood, but I think over time they're gonna get used to it and like it. I mean, people, they went from Friendship Court, they went from Garrett to Friendship Court, back to Garrett, back to Friendship Court, just all over the place, man. They don't know what they do.
Yeah. Now I noticed that there's some of the urban farming and urban garden and things like that. What's your take on that? Or it seems like a lot of young folks, in that community, like, are they engaged by that?
Yeah, I like the garden.
Learning more about that.
Yeah, just helping people. Also, a lot of people out here don't got a lot of money and stuff. Yeah. So helping out the garden like helps them get more like fruit and stuff like that. Right. Yeah, that's a lot of people out here don't got money and stuff like that. Can't afford groceries and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because that's a big part. Our previous guest was Dr. Rose. Yeah, she coaches nutrition.
Yeah,
right. So so that's a big part. Is when you're talking about sort of the image and like the neighborhood, coming together and being peaceful and whatnot. Like a lot of our ailments also come from sort of us having access to healthy foods. Yeah, and and things that, like you said, affordable things. Things being affordable as well. It's very important. Will you chime in, Max?
Yeah, so I just want to back up a little bit and make sure that we give proper attention to things that you feel like are some concerns of yours, at least in your neighborhood. And so obviously we all hear about the uptick in violence, not just in one particular neighborhood, but around the city in general, right? And many of the people involved, sometimes, unfortunately, are kids your age, kids that you go to school with and things like that. So, growing up in a neighborhood where you friends with girls and boys growing up, and, they mean something to you. And then you get to an age where people start making their different choices and getting different outcomes and whatnot. And so I just want to talk about that whole experience or choices when it comes to watching your friends go down this path that you see, right, is going to lead them to destruction in one way or another, and just trying to, like, how do you handle staying away from that?
Yeah, that just
and then how do you, or if you do, kind of encourage them to just, come on, let's make better choices. Let's get on a better path.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that back. That's the thing. A bunch of kids from other neighborhoods I know, I used to grow up with them and stuff. But now that like all this beefing and repping stuff going on, they don't like me. Like I fought this kid at CHS a couple months ago. He don't like me all because I live in the same neighborhood with the kids he's not cool with. Yeah, so he don't like me because of that. Yeah. And we was cool and stuff. Like we weren't necessarily friends. Right, but like we would like, talk around and laugh and stuff like that. And then back to like my friends, that in the neighborhood, they used to play football and stuff, man, play basketball. Now they getting locked up.
So is it something that kids can do to help other kids? Is it something like at some point something's happening, right? Something is or isn't happening. How can adults or maybe like your city council or I'm gonna throw in police, but how do we help you all? Tell us that. How do we help you all kind of resolve some of these issues that are impacting the neighborhood?
Honestly, I don't know how to answer that because most of these kids, they're not even listening to their parents. Yeah, if they're not listening to parents, they're not gonna listen to the counseling, the police, the justice system. Most of the parents are scared of their own kids because the kids be putting their hands on them. Yeah, man.
That's real talk.
And it's just sad, man. Y'all had opportunities to go. Y'all was playing sports. Y'all could have had scholarships and stuff. But y'all just throwing y'all life away to the streets and guns and stuff like that, not getting you nowhere.
And Jace, you know, that's like we were talking. That's why we wanted to bring you on, because it's just about reading the article. Because too many times people say that the adults are around talking about like what the teens need and what the youth wants and needs. We're just like, Jace chose to be vocal in this article. Like, let's get him on and just have a direct conversation, right? And you know, so I think that's definitely where it starts. And you know, to your point, Jace, about the you know, like the fight that you got in, you know, like with the young man, when you think about things like that, like what's an example of how you feel like adults or teachers or whatever the case, could have intervened to prevent that type of situation?
I mean, man, could have kept us separated stuff. I kept telling him, leave me alone. Like, you can't be mad at me because I live in the same neighborhood with the kids you beefing with. That don't got nothing to do with me. Like, take that out on them. I just stay in the house and stuff. That don't got nothing to do with me. Yeah.
And then you already mentioned mentoring. Are there some that's that you've seen present, or like ones like you may want to learn more about? You know what I mean? Like whether it be, you know, there's a bunch of them out there. You got the 100 Black Men. You have Mocha, and then we definitely have groups like Peace in the Streets, Buck Squad, and all that kind of thing. Like, how do you feel about the impact of those organizations?
I mean, those are really good. I feel like they need to be all over the town. That stuff going on, like each individual neighborhood is like trying to talk to their parents and kids like that, like give out flyers or something like that. Yeah. So start going over town and stuff like that. I feel like they need to start doing that because they're not doing enough. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about these mentoring companies, and they're really good folks. Man.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, Jace.
Jace.
Charles, I'm struggling over here because I hear. I hear the plea for help. How old are you again?
17.
17-year-old young man, Black male, living in what many people refer to as a hood or a ghetto. No disrespect, but just putting it out there. Who's like begging for help, who's saying that he's watching his, kids his age, like go down the wrong path, who doesn't have the answers. And I just was curious to hear what you had to say, but I don't expect you to have the answers at 17 years old. You live long enough, right? Who doesn't have the answers, and then doesn't have, it sounds like all the neighborhood doesn't have all the resources to help that it needs to help the situation either. Like, it's not getting the attention that it needs to help resolve the problems that you're pointing out. And this is bad. Like, quite frankly, it's real effed up.
It's terrible, man.
And and again, that's why this platform is just so important. As we're going to be joined by Zayana as well coming up, along with others. But it's again, it's like this is a moment in time as well. Like Max just said, 17-year-old young man like that at least cares, right? Like, for all the folks who want to say that it's a struggle right now, just getting like kids to care and to sort of like respect each other's lives, right? Like, we have a young man right now that's 17, about to be a young adult, about to make life choices. My man, hopefully going to be in college or wherever life takes him to better his life. And we gotta figure out, Max and Jace, we gotta figure out how to make these neighborhoods, these environments more hope for everybody, not just Jace.
Not just down here in Charlottesville, all over the world.
How much do you think social media plays in all of this?
I mean, it plays a lot. It's kids out here posting guns, inappropriate content, fights, man. I feel like most of the action is just on social media because that's where most of the stuff happens. People be texting each other, calling each other scary this, scary that, man. all the actions on social media. I'm just telling y'all that now. Snapchat, Instagram, even Facebook. And Facebook ain't even like that.
I heard you say earlier that a lot of the parents can't really be parents because a lot of them feel, they feel a little threatened or afraid of their kids. So, and obviously that comes once the kids get older, but at some point there's these real developmental formative years where parents do got a lot of control about, how the child, their influence and how the child thinks and acts and what they say and what they see and stuff like that. Like, I don't even know how to ask these questions, Charles. So
you good?
Do you think parenting, like the parents just need to do a better job, and put it out there, just need to do a better job when kids are younger and they're trying to teach them how to make better choices and stay on the right path?
Yeah, that's some of the things I always be saying in my head. Some of the parents, they didn't raise their kids right. Some of them were abused and stuff. So sometimes the kids, they just do this lifestyle just based off of how the parents treated them. Yeah, some of these parents not doing them right and stuff. And then once they get older and stuff, they realize, dang, I should have raised him better. But when they had the chance, they didn't want to do it. Most of these parents be going out of state, home, alone. Kids got to take care of themselves like the parents not doing for them. At such a young age, man, that's crazy.
Man, you're saying so much more than I expected, but I think it needs to be talked about.
Yeah,
I say that, Max, is like, if we want real solutions, right? Like if people are say and believe, like what we posting online and all that about it's not making sense. Like somebody need to do something about, crime and community and like, help out, folks in neighborhoods that need help and got to save our young people and all that. If we're for real about it, Max, then we got to have these tough conversations.
That's right.
I mean, that's kind of the bottom line, and Jason, sort of in closing, want to make sure, like that you share everything that you wanted to share because you have a platform right now. And again, like I said, so many times it's just us adults in the room talking, and then people say, well, when y'all gonna bring, like the youth in, into the conversation, because they should be able to tell you exactly what they want and what they need.
Yeah, from their perspective.
So it's like, I'm opening up to you one more time, like from your perspective, and again, like not necessarily any from like any pointing fingers kind of thing of saying this person, that person, the problem.
Yeah.
But you as a young man, when you look at this neighborhood, you have younger siblings?
Yeah, I have no siblings.
Right. So then there may have been some things that now you at 17, about to graduate high school, some things that you may feel that you missed out on, maybe didn't know about, that you feel maybe could have helped you. So when you think about your family and younger siblings still being here and growing up here, like and the other babies and little kids that you see in the neighborhood, what are some of the things at the top of your mind, like that you'd be like, man, it would be great if our city had this and had that?
Yeah, the way I'm growing up, I don't want that to be Charlottesville in the next couple of years. Like like how I grew up, I grew around like violence and stuff like that. I don't want my sibling to do like that. Like, I just want them to have a good childhood, be safe, hang with the right people, peer pressure, don't let no adult press you and stuff like that. That's the thing I left out. Some of these adults be pressing these kids. The kids really don't want to do what they want to do, but they feel like if they want to fit in, they have to do it. You be adults pressing these kids, telling them to drink and stuff, telling them how to shoot a gun, go shoot this person, go shoot that person. I don't want none of my siblings involved in that. Yeah. Well, if I have kids myself one day, I don't want them to be involved in that. Yeah. Now the respect issue with different adults seems to be an issue. And what about police? Do you feel that the neighborhood is being protected and police are doing their job, or do you feel like that our local police needs to do things differently? I think they need to do things differently. They keep locking up these kids, letting them out, locking them back up. The system, it just keeps repeating the same thing. Y'all not getting nothing out of these kids. Y'all letting them out and then they going back doing the same stuff. Like, give them maybe 5 years, see how it does to them, or give them even 10, 20 years. Like, come on, man. Now, one of the things that's come up is like police being more present in the neighborhood and having like programs, right? Like we mentioned the mentoring. Yeah. So do you think it would help if police was at more community events and building relationships so that there's more of a trust, Yeah, I would love that. Absolutely. I would love that. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
This is deep. Max, anything else?
Right. Well, I just want to let you thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
And I want to thank you for coming on the show, and I want to let you know that you did the right thing by being here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's real.
This is all bad. This is all bad. So, excuse me. So I want to let you know you did the right thing by being here.
Oh, okay? No problem.
I'm sure you considered what the response may be for you to come on this radio show and talk very direct about the issues that you're facing in your community. And so whatever might come, whatever might be said, and different things like that, I want you to understand you did the right thing.
Thank you.
Always hold on to that.
No, thank you.
Yes, indeed. And keep doing the right thing.
And as disheartening as what you said is, it brings it. You're sad on one hand and you mad as hell on the other one, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm not a Charlottesville local, but there's enough. There's enough of us. There's enough of organizations. There's enough of mentor groups, and I mean, by us, led by us, serving us. There's enough of us out there. Anyone listening to this show should hear what you said and want to help.
Exactly.
They should want to help.
Absolutely.
If we're
There's
serious.
no way that you can listen to what this young man just said.
Yep. Yeah. And that's
And
everybody.
hear him talk about how hopeless at least he feels. And if he feels like that, then it's real. There's no way you can listen to that and not get off your behind and do something about it. We talk about the importance of our youth and the importance of our community. And we talk about being there for each other, and we talk about we advocate for this and we advocate for that, and it's been all this yada yada yada. You need to help this young man. You need to help the people that he's talking about. We need to be able to unify and work together to bring some change here. Like you can't. This has been going on. The type of issues that he's talking about have been going on a long time in this community and others. But when you got a kid that's coming forward and saying, "This is what I see. This is how I feel, and it's hopeless, and these people just gonna die. They're gonna go to jail," and like you cannot stand by. And this is the call to action.
Call to action.
And
Absolutely.
all of that. You cannot stand by and hear this and have a deaf ear, turn your head the other way. So I don't know where we begin, who they contact.
Yeah. Well, Max, like I will say that everybody should be contacted. Like Jason, I want you to know that some of the work that's going on right now is to make sure that the resources that the city has is getting to the people that need.
Yeah, I hope so too, man.
Because for so long, my man, Charlottesville has just been this like center of a bunch of nonprofits and organizations with all this resource, all this money, like all this
and
know-how.
they just throwing it away.
Either throwing it away, or the people who need it
are the ones that suffering the most.
Right, exactly. Like there's the ones that suffering the most, and they don't know how to get to the resource all the time.
Yeah.
Like so, one thing that
they don't know how to ask for help.
Exactly. And there's no, and you can't expect them to know if they were never taught. Right. Right. That's just life. That's just something.
How life is.
Yeah. So like that's something that I'm a huge. I just want you to know I'm a huge advocate of right now, is making sure that the things that are needed, are being streamlined and funneled into and is made apparent. People shouldn't have to like. And here's the thing: Jason's on here talking right now, Max. We see the news and everybody want to, post stuff on social media like when something happens, but let's let the rubber hit the road right now, man. And what needs to happen is that people should not have to go and seek and like search to find the resource that they need for their babies to grow healthy and to have adequate education, to have safety, to have hope that, you know, like that I'm going to make it, like that I'm going to be who I want to be, right? We have the people, we have the know-how, we have the prowess. There's no more excuses. And just posting about it and just having, you know, like,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
man.
like having private water cooler talk is no longer enough. You know what I mean?
Man.
It's and Jace, like so that's what I wanted to leave you with, is that, man, like when you talking to your friends and neighbors and stuff, man, like let them know that it's like keep doing the right thing, keep giving that encouraging word. And you may find that some of it may just be like that nobody ever told them that, man, like, yeah, you can make it, man. Like there's this mentor, like there's this brother, there's this teacher, there's whoever out here, man, like is willing to talk to you and willing to show you how they made it. Because a lot of us went through the same thing. So, man, like,
yeah, like y'all had an opportunity to get stuff in y'all life, and then when something comes your way, y'all throw it away. Y'all just throw it out the window.
Man, but stay encouraged.
Yeah,
So
man.
listen,
And being encouraged.
we obviously know how to get in touch with you, Jace, for any individuals out there, for any organizations out there. If you want to get in touch with this young man, you want to work with him to help, I'm going to call it revitalize, but to help him with the tackle the issues that are happening in his community, you can contact Charles and I. You send an email to IMHO. We'll put you into contact with Jace.
Yeah.
We got to do something about it. We got to do something about it, okay?
Yes, indeed. Wow. That was heavier than I expected, but it's a real issue. Real issue. Jace, thank you for joining us.
No problem, man. No problem.
You know, and if there's anything that you ever see that's a need and you feel like people aren't listening, please reach out to us.
Yeah, I'll reach out to y'all.
Please,
I got y'all.
Yeah, because we have connections and you know, like as you said, sometimes we don't do better because we don't know better.
Yeah.
But when we know better, we have no excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Man, thank you, man. Keep up the good work, man. And look, I want to see you walk across that stage, and I want to see you definitely, you know, be prepared like for your next phase of life.
Yeah, you gonna see me.
For sure, brother.
Y'all gonna see me walking on that high school graduation stage in a couple months.
I love it.
We're gonna give it about 10 months.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna see me on the news.
Love it. All right, brother. Take care, Max. We're gonna take a little break and we'll be back. That sound good?
That sounds good. Thank you.